Hi everyone, I'm Allie. I'm a sophomore at the university and a peer career advisor at the Career Development Center. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys today about how to build your resume. First off, why is your resume important? Your resume is important because it is your first impression to a prospective employer. It markets you for the job you're looking to get, which is why you want to be sure to include the best information possible by highlighting these four main points. 1. Your character. Who are you? 2. Your purpose. What do you want? 3. Your experience. What have you done? And 4. Your potential. What skills do you have? When formatting your resume, it is crucial that you organize your information by using bullet points, bolding the important information, such as section headers, and keeping everything in reverse chronological order, meaning your most recent information should come first. Your resume should not exceed one page single space, because on average, an employer will only look at each resume for 30 seconds to a minute. Your font should be between size 10 and 12 with black text only, and you should use a font such as Calibri or Arial. You should not include any pictures in your resume unless you're in a graphic industry. So here's an example of what a professional resume looks like. As you can see, they started with a blank Word document and then just filled in their information. You should not use the templates offered by Microsoft or any other program. What to include in your resume. So your header should have your name in a size 14 font because you want your name to stand out a little bit bigger than everything else. Your phone number and a professional email. If you choose to use the university email, be sure that you check your spam account regularly because oftentimes employer emails will go straight to trash or spam, as well as your LinkedIn URL. You don't include your address anymore because in this time we no longer mail resumes in. So your profile and summary of skills. It should be an overview of your skills and experience in 2 to 3 sentences, and you should avoid generic statements. For example, a generic statement would be psychology undergraduate student that works well with children. You want to spice it up with something like psychology undergraduate student with knowledge in adolescent and child development, experience in teaching children, well versed in confidentiality and mandated reporting. So as you can see in this section, you really want to show off your skills and competencies that you hold, such as teamwork, leadership, communication, computer skills, or time management. So let's practice. Now you try writing a bullet on your profile or summary of qualification section. So here's an example of what a profile and summary of skills would look like on a professional resume. However you choose to set it up in these three options is perfectly fine. Um, I personally recommend doing the profile section because it really gives a little bit more about yourself, but also shows your competencies as well. Your education section. Your education section is really the selling point for a college student. You want to include the name of the university, your university location, your degree, your graduation date, and your GPA if you have a 3.0 or higher. You also want to be sure to include any honors or scholarships. So this would include the dean's list, any money that you would have received coming into the school, or other athletic scholarships, and so on. So as you can see here, here's an example of an education section. Experience. For your experience, be sure to include the experience most relevant to the position you are applying for. You must use the right tense. So if it's a current job, you want to keep it in present tense, and a past job should be in past tense. And be sure to include how long you worked the position. So here's an example of a related experience. One thing that I had forgotten to mention, if you hadn't worked at a company for a long time, maybe only a month or so, I would suggest keeping that off of your resume because it might be a potential red flag to an employer, um, and they might be curious as to why you left the job so quickly. So that's something that I would not include on your resume. Some additional sections you could add is leadership, extracurricular, community or volunteer service, computer and language skills, coursework, or related projects. Remember, your resume is designed to highlight personal qualifications. Order the most relevant sections to the top. Example, if your leadership activities are stronger than your work experience, put your leadership first. And these are some things that you should remember not to include in your resume. So now you try. Here is an example of a not very good resume. I want you to look and see what kind of things could be fixed in this resume. Okay, so now I'm going to point out some of the mistakes in this resume. As you can see in the header, he did not use a professional email. He didn't include his phone number or his LinkedIn URL. His objective should be a lot more in depth, showing off the skills that he has rather than what he's looking to gain. His experience should be much more detailed, and his education should be in a more organized format. As you can see, he did not even spell out the name of the school, and he included his GPA, and it's not above a 3.0. Also, high school information is no longer relevant after your first year of college, so this should be removed as well. Hobbies is not something you should add on your resume section. Rather, include a leadership, community service, something else. So be sure to check out the Career Development Center and other services that we have to offer. Good luck!